vergeet, ons het eers ons Arabiere gehad wat rondom Afrika gevaar het, hier in die 1200s, en dis waar die slawehandeldryf begin het. Dit nie begin deur die wittes nie, dis die Arabiere met die swart stamme op die sterk swart stam, en die swakker swart stam natuurlik nou oorwin in 'n geveg, dan vat hulle as slawe, en partykeer het hulle verstandhouding as die verloorder party se seun, hou hulle dan in gevangenskap tot daai pa nou kan betaal met beeste of wat ook al. So, andersins is die swakker stam die sterker stam se slaaf gewees, en as die Arabiere so verbykom en die stamme wil koffie of tee of goedere van die ooste koop, dan betaal hulle met slawe. So the slave trade began way back in the 1200s when the Arabs came around and traded, and then the weaker tribes were slaves of the stronger black tribes, and then the weak tribe would be given to the Arabs as payment for whatever goods they wanted from the Arabs. So the Arabs were around in the 1200s, and then the Portuguese came around in the 1400s. But the Arabs didn't name anything, they, any place, anything, they just moved on. But the Portuguese sometimes stopped and established places. That's why in Angola, Portuguese is spoken. It was a Portuguese colony. Mozambique, on the eastern side, was established by the Portuguese, and it's one of the main languages. But as they moved along the coastal areas, they sometimes named places after somebody. So St. Helena, one of the next places we'll pass the site, was named after the great Emperor Constantine's mother, Helena. And because he put up a cross and they stopped there and he said this place is now St. Helena or St. Helena. So that's where the name St. Helena comes from. On our eastern side, St. Lucia, above north of Richards Bay. Also the Portuguese landed there and they named the place Santa Lucia after one of the saints. Durban used to be Port Natalia, and that means birthplace of Christ, because the Portuguese landed on Christmas Day. They landed in the Durban area and they named it Port Natalia, Port Harbour. So Natal means birthplace of Christ. It's still, the name is still stuck today. So now to a day we say KwaZulu Natal. Kwa meaning the place that we come from, and the Zulus come from. So that's why it says why it's KZN, KwaZulu Natal. But the Natalia is still from the Portuguese way back the 1400s, landing on Christmas Day and naming it Natalia. Yeah, so it's interesting the names that we find around. Many a time when you travel with foreign things, maar tot links het ons Flamingo. This is one of the places on the right, a few birds. Dis een van die plekke by die meeste watervoëls. Okay, so we've got lots of water birds in this area. But soutontganging links en ook maar regs hierdie panne wat hulle so maak. En dan tussendeur het ons hierdie fantastiese voëlparadys. So we're going to stop to just fill up here in Veldrif. So hier het hulle letterlik deur die veld gekom. This was veld, this was bush. So the boere farmers came through, and then here with deur die drif. This was a drif, this Berg River, they called it drif. And they would come through the river, over Driffy, and then in front of us we put the little harbour, and then they would load their goods on the ships. Veldrif live pack in Port Owen. On the left is Port Owen. This is your more residential area. So water birds all over the place. En ons moes maar basies na Afrikaans en Engels. En hy het van hierdie musiek het hy alles bymekaar gemaak en België toe geneem. Nou België en Nederland is redelik na mekaar. Toe daai mense dit geleer sing, maar hulle het nooit geweet waaroor dit gaan nie. En waar dit vandaan kom nie. Nou so baie keer kry ek Hollanders en Belgiërs en sê hulle, ja, jy weet daai musiek kom van hier af, maar hulle weet nie, soos my Sari Marie, daar by die Groenkoringlande, daar ry so voor by die Groenkoringlande, sê ek nou, maar dis nou hier, jy weet, waar hulle nou van sing. So dan maak het vir hulle baie meer sin om die liedjie te sing. Right, so on our left we have Port Owen. This is the residential area, more the residential area of this three name town. This is literally what it is, 3 name town, Veldrif, Laaiplek in Port Owen. big fishing industry, and we have one of the few fish museums we have here at Lightback. Maar hierdie mooi wit kalkhuisie soos hulle ooit te kan sien. So hier loop die spoor deur die berg op hierdie Decision Lane. So here we've got the Baboon Mountain, but it's not so visible from here. It's only actually from the other side. And the Decision train tunnel that runs through the mountain here. So die vlei is nou baie droog. Very dry the marsh at the moment. Ja, die water is nou helemaal verlore. Lodge. So if you translate it, it's men's lodge. Only men slept over because they were out scouting and so on. So lere logement is op die plaas waar my skoonpa groot geword het. And you can see the names engraved on the side of the cave of the men that slept over there. One of them, Simon van der Stel, and obviously my father-in-law also wrote his name on the wall. It's now been declared as a little museum, so you can actually drive to the farm. It's en route to Doringbaai and have a look through the palisade fencing at this cave. So baie interessant die verhaal agter Graafwater en jou eer logement. Leipoldville, ons is verby die uitdraai, ook deel van die Sandveld. And the things that they cultivate here, mostly potatoes. As you saw now, Lambert's Bay, the fish industry is now the chips industry. This is the Jakkals River that flows opens into the ocean. Die Jakkals rivier wat hier uitmond hier by Lambert's Bay. So van hier af gaan ons nou bietjie opdraande, né? Ons is nou van die kus, gaan ons nou bietjie opdraande tot daar by die pragtige Slederberge. So small little town. Was dag vandag. It's net an art building, just this primary school on the right, and established as a railway station and trying to dig for water. But it's quite expanded now with all the people that are living around. But it's so sad, not much work, not much job opportunities in these smaller towns and places. En van hier af vorentoe kry ons nou, behalwe nou heel wat lucerne en die aardappels, begin ons nou in die rooibos tea area in beweeg. So, rooibos tea coming up, if it's not the alfalfa. Hierdie stroke wat dan so geplant het, is ook wind versperrings. So it's for the wind, jy kan nie vergiftig raak daar, jy kan nie te veel daarvan in kry nie, die lichaam skuil maar net uit as hy moet, maar fantasties medicinaal. Look how quickly we move from the ocean into the mountains. Prachtige omgewing hier so nou. Die berge, en allerlei verskillende berge, maar by Klein Willem is dit eers Cederberg. the valleys, plant the crops.
Ja, ja.
Up in the mountains, we have the baboons. Here links is rooibos tea. So rooibos tea on our left, little shrubs. In between, we still have wheat and alfalfa. But the bushes on the left, that would be rooibos tea. Prachtige staproutes in die Cederberge. The most beautiful hiking trails in the Cederberg. For those people that have done hiking. Lovely, lovely scenery. Very rocky compared to the Drakensberg. Hier in die Cederberge het jy redelike klipformasies, los klipformasies, ons gaan dalk later vandag sien. Maar in jou Drakensberge is dit groot rotsgesteentes of rotse en die paadjies in die berg. Another thing, we find a leopard. A leopard that you also find just in the mountainous area. And then the highest vineyard in South Africa is also here up in the Cederberg. And I don't quote me, but I think it's at an altitude of 1,000 meters. En hier is die volgende streek. Nou is weer die Olifantsriviervallei. So this is the Elephant River Valley. This is another region. So we come from the west coast through the Sunbelt and now into the Elephants River Valley. So die Olifantsriviervallei is die rivier ontspring toe naby Willesden en dan raak hy 'n redelike groot breë rivier hier in die vallei vanaf Citrusdal, Klein Willem en aan. Dis ook 'n rivier wat die Klein Willem dam voed. So there you can see the Klein Willem Dam and the other side is Klein Willem. To the N7 and then tomorrow we're coming back this way and obviously the afternoon we return again to the hotel. So wat julle nie een kant kan afneem nie, kan julle aan die ander kant afneem. Right, so either side of the road you'll be able to take pictures either today or tomorrow. The old bridge here on the right. Now this is the entrance. Willifants River. You can see some water. So you cannot believe it. Last year this time the dam, as Linda said, it drove through the dam. Ja, dis ons dorp. En toe die Engelse hier langs kom, toe sê hulle nie, ons vernoem het na Sir Craddock's pa, en nou is it from the clan of William, and now is it Clan William. So before it became known as Clan William, it was Jan Disselsdorf, and then changed later to Clan William. So we're going to have a lot of traffic in town. So know about arrangements. You can love the flower show. So we're doing the rooibos factory first, and then from there on we'll just stop if there are any people interested in buying shoes at Strasberger. Then we go on to the flower show. And then you can walk about at your own leisure and have lunch at own leisure. I'll give you a time before we all go in different directions of when to come back to the coach, and then we've got another surprise for you. Dis nou 'n lekker verrassing. Ek is hier in Klein Willem. Ek het julle gesigte. Dis kapitein. Nee, dit is die blomme. Ja. Tot Sondag. This is the size of Klein Willem, apart from, just one street down and two streets up. But it's maar 'n klein dorpie, and obviously known for the rooibos. And the big, you'll see the rooibos industry is the main part of town. En dan Ramskop het ons ook 'n botaniese tuin. So klein Willem het sy eie botaniese tuin, pragtige tuin, maar ons het nou nie, ons was nou by die Karoo tuin en ons gaan môre die botaniese tuin of die vetplanttuin in Van Reinsdorp. So ons is nou nie vandag by Ramskop nie, but in Ramskop Botanical Garden here in Klein Willem, a small little rocky outcrop where you also have Bushman paintings. It's amazing. Right in town there was also some of the Bushmen or some that made the paintings on the rocks. So dis 'n klein en wie kom van Klein Willem af wat julle almal ken? Tola se sentrum coming up on the left. Yeah. So for the Afrikaans, Tola was a big comedian that tragically died in a car accident coming back from a show right up there by Middelburg, Witbank. And he came from this town.
Klein Willem.
So you saw, well, if you want to go and have something to drink or to eat, there's a Klein Willem hotel on the right. We've got Nancy's tea room. We've got Emil's place. Lovely lunches. Hier links the rectory, the old parsonage, grasdak thatched roof used to be, is now also a museum. So a unique little town. So hier's jou museum, jou ou pastorie is 'n museum. En dan hier rechts is jou kerk. So right, I don't know whether there's an entrance fee, but this is where you have your flower show. So please go and have a look. You're gonna not be gonna miss all the others, or not. It's visit the town. That here it's now opened up. Julle sien hier's baie mense, hy's baie besig. So unfortunately we'll have to, when we come back, we'll have to park the bus and for us to disembark, and then you've got to walk your walk and do your thing, and then we'll decide.
Maar hier kom staan.
Ja. Ons sal maar vir julle sê waar ons gaan staan. So please, you get it. You they show a DVD and then she speaks to the people. It's very interesting. So really enjoy it, and then either before or after, depending on what Amor says, you can have your help yourself to rooibos.
Die grootste rooibos-maatskappy in die wêreld. We currently export between 65 different countries. Rooibos grows nowhere else in the world. The country that imports the most rooibos tea currently still is Germany. Then it's basically US, UK, and then the Asian countries. The market is growing quite fierce. The problem is we do not have enough tea to supply the whole dit is allemaal vandaag. So julle weet wat aangaan rondom die water, dat ons gehad het in die crisis en this is the first year, I think in 4 years, the dam level is where it's at the moment. It's 98%. Yeah, so we're very blessed and glad. Verlede jaar, 3 maande terug, was ons damvlak 4%. Ons is baie dankbaar vir al die lewens. People, you all are here for flowers, so you will definitely see flowers. Last year was the first year, I think, in the history of Cambodia, there wasn't a flower show. Dit was die droogste in oor 100 jaar. It's never been as dry. A lot of farmers lost a lot of their cattle and sheep, and it was a nice time. Specifically last year, there were quite people, there were many bad experiences with regard to some of the farmers in this region. They just couldn't handle the stress anymore. There were a few people who committed suicide. So that was not nice. But yeah, it's unfortunately part of being in the industry. So positief, ons is opgewonde oor die rooibos wat ons vir jaar geplant het. Hoe werk rooibos tee? Rooibos tee word geplant van 'n teesaadjie. Dit is 'n baie klein saadjie, hy's dan so bietjie groter as 'n mosterdsaad. Dis letterlik jy plant hom met die hand. Jy druk hom in die grond in. So rooibos is harvested from January to April every year. That's the time you harvest it. And then planting season, when we do make the new little seedlings or what we have to transplant later, is February, March. So that's the only time rooibos is irrigated. So we take the seeds, put them in the soil, and then we irrigate them. Dis die enigste keer wat rooibos nat gemaak word. Nooit weer. That is why we have to have winter rainfall. Like with last year, we didn't have winter rains. It's been coming on for the last 3 years. The rain got less, and when the farmers had to transplant in June, July, wanneer ons gewone herplanttyd is, uitplanttyd is, het 50% van die boere se vee nie gemaak. The harvest was very little this year. Soos ek sê, ons oeste is nie naaste my so groot soos wat ons het wil hê nie. As I told you, this is a generic area. So rooibos groei van jou wil af tot by Aurora. Nergens anders in die wêreld nie. So all the rooibos tea of the whole world comes from this region. North to south 200 km, east to west 60. So dit is ons rooibos gebied. As daar enige iemand ons nou kan die vraag gee.
Is this an annual crop then, or is it?
You harvest, if you plant now this year, you will harvest your first time after 18 months, and thereafter 3 to 4 times, and then it's gone. You take that out, you start with everything new again. So jy moet elke nuwe jaar plant, of jy is vir 3 jaar uit die bedryf.
And you can use the same ground.
Same sort, no, not when you took them out.
Yeah.
The specific settings is you planted 10 hectares and you cleared that. That soil has to be lay barren for rooibos itself for 2 years. It's not met baie gewasse so. Net om net weer alles terug in die grond is, dan plant jy gewoonlik grane en ander gewasse in, en na 2 jaar kan jy weer daarvoor. So that's to give you an idea, I was in the wine industry for many years, so I normally compare the two. When you have grapes and you harvest, you get a few tons per hectare. To give you an idea of rooibos itself, dried rooibos per hectare is about 200 kgs, 200 kilograms. So jy moet grond hê, anders het jy 'n probleem. En definitief van rooibos dan net lewe nie. Ja. So, hoe sny ons dit? Ons sny dit op die sekel. Cut it op die sekel. Manually done. As I said, harvesting in January to April. The reason why rooibos grows here is you've got sandy soil. They call us semi-desert. Daar is 'n rede daarvoor dat jy brand. Om te sê nou in die Afrikaanse woord fluid in February. It goes up to 53 degrees. Ja, dit is baie warm. Dit is maar dit werk in die bedryf. Dit is wat ons nodig. Die rede daarvoor is fermentasie. Onthou ons almal het groot geword. We all grew up with the red rooibos tea. Actually the bush is green. Ek het 'n baie regheid manier om dit te sê. As jy verby rooibos velde ry en die bos is rooi, is hy vrek. Dit is nou maar maklik om dit maklik te sê. Hy gaan nooit weer begin lewe of geoes van kan word nie. Hy het nie gemaak nie. Dit is so mooi maak so 'n vlammetjie, hy het so handjies wat so maak. Dan sy dood. Dan sy klaar. So jy oes 1 keer 'n jaar en dan natuurlik het jy mos nou daai gedeeltjies tussenin. En dan groei jy nou maar weer, en volgende jaar oes jy hom nou maar weer 3 tot 4 keer. Dis partykeer nie in geval dat jy 3 tot 4 keer op 'n oes nie. Partykeer is die boere se oes te korter, want nou plant jy en dan sien jy hier na 2 jaar, 3 jaar hierdie besigheid gaan dit maak. Ek haal so min af en ek sit soveel kapitaal in, letterlik in die sin van arbeidsintensief, because you cut it by hand, so you can't use 2 workers. Jy is al nooit vrouw. So you harvest with the sickle, so you have to have a group of people working. So, yeah. Okay, so So ek nou is daar nie ander vrae so gaan ek julle nou laat begin proe dat ons aan die gang kan kom. Then in the back is some iced teas to sample. Flavored teas you make yourself. Normal rooibos is already made. The rest of the products we sell are on the table.
Now we can sleep in a little bit tomorrow. I think the kitchen only opens at about 7 o'clock. Yeah, okay, ek dink die ontbyt, you can go for dinner, for breakfast at leisure, at your own time, from when the kitchen opens, but we need to leave at 8. Net 8 moet ons ry, so julle kan maar enig iets van 7 uur of 8 gaan eet. So it's just your hand luggage. Drakensberg place in Drakensberg is the mooiste. But every mountain has its beauty and its uniqueness. Er is soveel interessantheid. Die Strelitzias en die Agapanthus is uniek aan Suid-Afrika. Al die groen bome is die oes nou al klaar weg. En elke omgewing se moeniproe maar anderste. Die jong boompjes beskerm het met die warm son en die stammetjie wat toegedraai is. Far to the left, once again, beautiful yellow felt flowers. Thomas Bay, hier in die dorp, Sinterstal begrawe. En ook die familie. En hier daaronder is die outpas, so down there. So his oldest daughter was born there. And obviously they moved around quite a lot. And down there, house where Thomas Bain lived for a time while building passes. But look at the road, I mean it's still fine, the old pass, it's 100%. Die man het geweet om wat te bou. He was an amazing man. He wasn't just a civil engineer, he was also a scientist, interested in science, philosopher, so many things that he really enjoyed in his life. Right, there's our hotel, Piccaninny's Kloof. You can imagine the view from the hotel. So this little road here, this gravel road on the left, you can go and walk on that. You just, you can even from the front of the hotel connect onto this road, walk around the hotel, wherever you can't get lost because you also always have the beacon of the hotel in front of you. Welcome to Piccaninny's Kloof.
Thank you. What time is dinner?
Kan jy dit oor vertel? Dis nou net geëet. Right, so dinner will be served at 7 o'clock. And let's dress up, so please have your tux and your... No, it's a beautiful hotel, but they really... no, it's different than where we were. I mean, the restaurant-wise, Bushman's Kloof, each one, Bushman's Kloof, each one has its uniqueness. This is also a lovely hotel, lovely people. Ons slaap 2 aande. Ja. And hy's nie so deurmekaar soos Mykonos nie. So at least you'll find your way, because I mean Mykonos, you really needed a map to get to your room. But it was good.
Sien self aan hoge goed. Sy het 'n motorfiets op. Volg jy? Ons het nog daar allemaal gesels, nie? Een of ander manier. Gesels die aangekomen. Iemand sit ook al laptops aan. En dan ga je dit oorzaak.
I'm watching you, you're watching me.
Staan net zo.